Okay guys, we're back again with some more Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League news as Forbes have gone in. Not only that, but the Steam DB is not holding good light. The devs are firing back at fans that are annoyed about the Batman scenes. It's actually insane, and this is just the beginning of what seems to be the starting of a live service model for the Suicide Squad, which is due to go on months and months from here on out, or at least our fingers are crossed. So with that being said, we're going to dive on into the news today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. On top of that, check out our sponsor, Advanced GG, the #1 clinically proven energy supplement on the market. My favorite flavor is cherry vanilla, but you guys can catch an array of flavors via the link in the description. Use code CLOUD at checkout for discount. And with that being said, let's dive on in to the Suicide Squad. So Forbes, Paul Tassi, still putting on smoke for this game, but has put up the Suicide Squad Metascore. Steam player count are worryingly low. Now, the article itself goes in to give obviously a full breakdown of what the Metascore was, which we've already seen in a previous video, which was 62, and even the user reviewers are very positive with an 85% positive. In fact, the overall concurrent player counts are extremely low though, where it topped out at 13,500 players yesterday, and I did kind of expect it to go through a bit higher today, as Sundays are usually the highest in the 3-day weekend. That is very, very poor for a game of this high profile, and when we look at what it is that it's kind of bracketed with, it's actually a little bit nutty to know that the games that it's kind of sitting alongside are like Cookie Clicker, Hell Let Loose, Deep Rock Galactic, although that's a really good game and has had a higher peak at this point in time of recording. It's sat at about 11,500, which is the same as Suicide Squad. It's also, though, sat just under Sea of Thieves and New World, so it depends on how it is that you kind of look at this, but they've had their peaks in time period, and it's now obviously dampened down. They've obviously hit a bit of a lull at the moment, and they've not got new content out, but they have had some really high peaks within inside of those two games on Steam, with New World having nearly 1 million total players at its peak, and Sea of Thieves having about 66,000 players at its peak. This game didn't even peak higher than Deep Rock Galactic, or even Balloons TD, Cookie Clicker, Stellaris. Like, all of these games have peaked higher, and this game has just launched. It's a little bit mental because the Suicide Squad is obviously a massive franchise. The whole DC universe is absolutely ginormous, and I just kind of expected a little bit more of it, but that is probably because of the bad publicity that's come around it based on the Batman scenes and or the way that the game plays, a lot of the extended lore around the game, and the fact that it's obviously with some questionable companies that have kind of got a bit of a feministic viewpoint to their main titling. So Suicide Squad is not going through the greatest time at the moment, and I think that that's mainly people not giving it a chance. I personally really enjoy the game. It does really, really well, and it fills up a lot of my time, and I actually enjoy it just off the table, not streaming, not making videos, just playing it and trying to build up characters. We're currently working with King Shark at the moment to get a new build going, so we can get a build video going up for you guys on the channel, because the Captain Boomerang one did actually quite well and you guys seem to enjoy it. So I'm quite intrigued to see where this one goes. But the big thing at the moment is that the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League's devs have actually fired back at fans that are annoyed about Batman. Now, this article is coming from Dexerto.com, and this one is a big one from Theo Berman. This one, it was a really good read, to be completely honest, and we're going to read some of it out to you guys right now, and then show you the tweet that was put out by Amy Lee Shaw, who is a member of the guys at Sweet Baby Incorporated and previously Rocksteady Games, but this is funny. If you guys know who Sweet Baby is, then you already know where this is going to go. But irrelevant to it, the article reads that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has been making waves for quite a few different reasons after launch without much fanfare. Players have been divided on the game's quality, with many concerned that the live service model doesn't match the style of game Rocksteady was going for. One of the big complaints being leveled at the game is how it treats the members of the Justice League, who make up the primary antagonists in the game. In particular, a boss fight with Batman and the cutscene afterwards had a lot of players angry about how the hero's legacy will be treated. Now, the actual tweet that was put out from Amy Lee Shaw, just a quick reminder of to who that is, the writer and narrative designer of Sweet Baby Incorporated and previously with Rocksteady. the post that was put up was an IGN article that stated a lot of fans are hopping mad about Batman's role in the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and rightly so. Here's why Kevin Conroy's Batman is wasted in the game. And that was the main article IGN put up. Now, her response to this was, Kevin was our teammate and many of us worked with him directly for years. I would expect game journalists to know that and understand how callous it is to use his memory to stoke hatred. We do not need strangers to tell us what he would have thought. He told us himself. And this is crazy, and this has stemmed like a lot of discourse. So it is crazy how this one's backed down. So DMG, for those of you guys who don't know, is a community manager that used to work for Destiny, and they actually posted on this post saying, never thought I'd mute or block IGN, but here we are. Unforgivable headline, weaponizing a late actor to push negative energy and get clicks. And this got quite a lot of likes, myself included. I thought that this was absolutely amazing because realistically they nailed it, and the comments on this are not in IGN's favor, to say the least. So as much as Sweet Baby is in a bit of a weird lighting because realistically none of us actually enjoy what it is that Sweet Baby do, for those of you guys who don't know, they are the narrative development and design, script writing, consultation, and more. They have worked on a lot of things like Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, Battle Shapers, Suicide Squad, and they have definitely got a bit of a questionable partake in the way that they look at things, to so much so that their Twitter, you actually have to request to be following them. It's a little bit mad. As you can see right here, we are pending to try and follow them right now, but whether that gets approved or not after this video, we'll have to wait and see. But this is one thing that I actually have to agree with Amy Lee on, and this is really, really bad. The fact that the IGN thought that titling was actually okay is actually ridiculous. I feel like it's a complete dishonest and disservice to Kevin Conroy overall. If he wasn't happy with the outcome of Suicide Squad, then he probably wouldn't have agreed to be in it. And had he have gone through it and then seen the aftermath of what it was that he had helped produce, then maybe he would have just called that one off way beforehand after the voice acting was actually done. But he didn't, and he hadn't. Therefore, those people that worked with him on this game would have known more than what IGN would have. And let's be completely real, IGN are probably not the biggest fans of me because I call them out all the freaking time, but these guys just get worse and worse and worse and worse. Just because you're the biggest review company and source of information does not mean that you have the right to be able to make those statements without having solid push into it. Now, the article itself is even worse of a read than the actual title, so I'm going to leave the link down in the description. As much as I don't want to press traffic to their site, you guys need to read this, because realistically, a lot of people in the comment section recently have been defending IGN, and I think that realistically, you've got no right to. The company has gone absolutely tank balls, and it's just really, really bad, and I don't agree with the narrative on this one personally. I agree with a lot of things that they have said about the game. Although I enjoy it, there are a lot of negatives and they have nailed them on the head, but this one is reaching for clicks a little bit too far. Let me know what you guys are thinking for the news in today's Suicide Squad video and whether you agree with it or not. And for Kevin Conroy, let's stick a bat down in the comment section and show our respect for a disrespectful article from freaking IGN. Thanks again for watching, guys. Appreciate your faces. Like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.